basic crafter climb. The music is a bit too loud. Okay, I can fix that. Let's see if that helps a little bit. Is that better? Let me know. Noise, dial it back just a little bit more. And I will try to adjust my mic as well. That's better? Okay, good, good, good. Glad it's better. Yeah, super appreciate the feedback. That's so helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. And I'm gonna just swap these very, very briefly. Or if possible, it'd be great if I could both. Both would fit, that would be even better. So we have the book for reference, and then the iPad for drawing one of the remaining cards that we have for our stream cards that are left. I don't know what's going on with this music. It's very... I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit in the might be a little less overwhelming. So hopefully it's showing up just fine for you guys. I have added the music player to the UI, so you should be seeing that just above my head here and on the other screens as well. So when we do go like more or less full screen with the canvas, you should have the music player here just above my stuffies. Canvas itself is looking a little incomplete there, so we'll open that up a little bit wider. And then of course the opening screen just above the chat box, we have the music listed there. We have the music and chat listed on our BRB screen, and the only place we're not going to see them is on the ending screen. So overall, we should have the name of the song and who made it always available, like for reference. If you find a song or hear a song that you like, it should just be right there. Hopefully it's showing up just fine on everybody's display. And for today's stream, I'm going to have to keep it short because it is still in the middle of the day and I have other obligations that I have to get to, namely like dinner. But we do have some things that we can knock out today, or at least get started. And those are both the card and the next page of the comic. So either or is fine. I just will basically switch it up according to what you guys in the chat want to work on. I'm happy to go back and forth between both. As far as the stream cards go, the next one that I do feel like drawing, we really only have 3 total left. But the next one I do want to draw is our king here, who is also known as, aka, Commander Birdbrain from Cody. So I want to make sure that we are creating a card for his character to go in our stream trading card deck. And that's really all there is to that. So it's not much deeper than that. I do want to, I'm going to rotate that slightly. Oh, new hair, yes! Hello, Bing! Welcome to the stream. I do have new hair. I went with something that was kind of like in between. I was going for like an in-between look between like what I normally have, which is my dark hair, my natural hair, this back here, and the look I've been sporting on my video game channel. If you guys didn't know about that, I could try and introduce that to you very, very briefly. Let's do a quick take a look. I know this looks like chaos right now, but allow me to show you guys what it is that I mean. So we're gonna pop in here, not to my YouTube channel, but to a channel called Distracted Desk Dweller. And if we head over to Distracted Desk Dweller, you should be able to see, and I will pull this out and go full screen for a moment. You should be able to see yours truly on here. But as a blonde, and this was just a like test drive on the look that I wanted, and I ultimately ended up going with something that's a little bit in between. It's like kind of a combination of both. So all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of chaos mode here for you guys, because I know that that was creating an infinity window. There. The chaos has been quelled. We are back to a calmer looking display. Hello, Abstracted. I was just showing Distracted Desk Dweller, and Abstracted arrives in chat. I think that that is very cool. What timing? You know, it's pretty outstanding timing. Welcome to the stream. We are working in both digital and traditional today, and I really do leave it to your guys' discretion which one you would rather see. We could make a trading card, because I've been working on these trading cards for you guys, for the stream viewers who have graciously given their characters to the comic that we've been working on in the physical book and putting them into a card deck, or we could continue the comic and draw the next page. So just let me know what you guys think or what you would rather be focusing on during the stream, and I can adjust accordingly. And as I was telling Crazy Crafter Prime a few minutes ago, the character for this card that I am currently jumping into or starting is this character here, the Duck King. That was suggested to us by Cody. I don't remember his full channel name, so I'm gonna have to go back through our backlog to figure that out. But once I do, he will of course get credit on the card for his character. Okay, so what would you guys like to do, or are you guys content with working on the card for right now? I think for this third character, I'm just gonna kind of come in here and rough in a very rough sketch of our fella here. I think I'm already working a little too tall, a little too big for a full body of this character, and I, for the most part, kept the character's full body. We can go back to my gallery just to look at a few of the past ones that we've done. So we have this one of Mock, that is lurking Tony's character. We also have Sebastian here, which is Bing's character. So Bingo Ned in the chat, this character came from them. And if we back up a little bit, we can also take a look at this character. This is Felix. Not all of our characters are humanoid, I mean clearly, because we're working on a Duck King. But that's just an example of some of the cards that we have made already. But they all kind of start out like this, just with some rough sketching, and then we refine as we go, like you do. I do think we kind of need a pose though, so let's sort of figure that out. I do sort of like this sort of authoritative hands on hips posture, which I've used a lot already for his character. So it might be just a fixated characteristic for me. How do I get my characters into the comic? I don't remember if I asked this. So on days when we are drawing new pages, like today, when we are coming up with our narrative, you can suggest new characters and you can either describe them to me in the chat, or if you're in the Discord, you can send me a reference image in the Discord. So either way works. If you would like to, we do have a new page to start. I could add your character to the comic today. Just let me know how you would like to submit your character, if you want to do it via chat and description, or if you wanted to drop a reference image in the Discord. My only recommendation, or my only requirement really, is that whatever you give me has to be, you know, safe for work and, you know, appropriate for all ages. I'm gonna do it via Discord. Okay, all right, awesome. Let me know once it's in there and what channel you put it in. I think just the regular art channel should be fine. I do have the Discord pulled up, so I should be able to grab that and reference it and bring it right over. yeah, just the art gallery, I think would be peachy keen. And with that said, I guess we're working on the page, so I'm gonna close this for a moment. We're gonna switch gears. Okay, so I'm gonna put that just right under here. Grab the pencil. The lead is out. Sorry, apologies. Adjusting a little bit. You'll send yours too. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right, 2 new characters today. That's exciting. All right, so I see the first one from Crazy Crafter Prime, and it looks like we have Ghost Anna, who looks amazing, by the way. I love your color choices. These are such nice, vibrant colors. Yeah, these work really well together. So, I wonder if it would be possible for me to show you. Let me jump back over here to display capture, but I'm gonna switch what window we're looking at. We're gonna look at display 2. There we go. So on here, you can see Ghost Anna. And we will add her to the comic, but we'll also add abstracteds that they're sending through as well. It looks like they're typing now, so we should see it in a moment. This way we can, it's perfect timing too, because we just finished the first round of the in-comic contest, which if you're not familiar with it, there is a bake-off happening, and all of these characters are serving a purpose in this contest, whether it be as a contestant or as someone who works for the Royal Palace and is hosting in one manner or another the contest. We have Laurel Green, 17 female, birthday July 16th, and she's bubbly and sweet, and I totally get that from her look. I really like the flowers in the hair. That's really pretty. And a bow. She's got the bow with the like ties hanging in the back. Looks like a fuzzy like cardigan. That's cute. And the hearts on the leggings. Yeah, this is an adorable character. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna change a song. I really love Nuffix. They create such good music, but some of it may not always have the cleanest lyrics. So we're gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit. And try some other songs. I remember the song. I used this in a video once. So let's see if I can. I'm gonna rotate this ever so slightly because I gotta try and get Francis's face off of the page so you guys can see the book clearly. Francis is my new friend, the peacock on each of these I guess like layouts. So it just looks like a Francis to me. That's why it is now Francis. but I do still have the issue of her coming up. What if I switch back over to, that's better. Okay, so she's not covering them anymore. We're good. She's covering the chat slightly, but that's okay because the lines will move. They will scroll. All right, so narrative-wise, what we have just concluded on the previous pages here is round 1 of the bake-off, which was breakfast, round 2 is lunch, and round 3 is dinner. And we do have had 4 teams total, 4 teams of 4 characters, and one of them was just eliminated from the breakfast round after the judging was completed. And that team, by the way, is this team right here. They're the Bakery Bandits team, and they 100% got what they deserved for swapping the sugar with salt and sabotaging another team's dish during round 1. That said, we are now entering round 2, which is the lunch round, and we have 3 remaining teams. And before we get too concerned about if it's too late for them to enter the contest, there are other roles as well. For instance, Cody's character right here that we were looking at on the tablet, or looking at drawing on the tablet, is the king. He is actually the host of this whole competition. And then we have other characters like Sebastian here, who is Bing's character, and he is the royal taste tester. So he has to try all the dishes before the royal family tries them and picks a winner. We also have Felix, who I tried to show you guys the card design for Felix earlier. He's down here. He's our supply runner character. He's not competing in the contest, but he is a character that came from Space Raptor Infinite in the chat. And we also received Mock here, who is our contest MC. He's like the show host, right, of the competition, and he comes from Lurking Tony. Again, not a competitor on the contest itself. However, that said, if you guys wanted to create a new team for the contest and actually compete for the grand prize, you know, your characters compete for the grand prize, we can do that as well. So let me know in the comments if you want to have a specific role, like in the enterprise of the Seaside Kingdom, which is what this is. If it's not super clear, they are on a beach here, and this is the Seaside Kingdom. So if you see that right here, so you can have a specific role in the Seaside Kingdom, or you can be a competitor who has traveled near and far to get there to compete in the competition. And just to show you a little bit of that, here is kind of what we mean. These guys did not originate from the Seaside Kingdom. They came from this very wooded, woodsy area and made their way to the seaside. So that's just a little bit of backstory. And I will let you decide who you want your characters to be in this universe. Just let me know in the comments, in the chat, the live chat, and we can go from there. We do have a narrative loosely fleshed out. We are going to do round 2 of the baking contest, which is going to be lunch round. But that is really the only restriction story-wise that we're currently up against. And we can even do like a little sidebar story. It doesn't have to be specifically now they're baking. It can be other story, like side quest type things, you know, just more character driven arcs. And with that said, I'm gonna grab a drink really quick. Okay. We have decided that the winner, there was more than just an elimination in the previous round. That's what I was gonna say. We also had a winner of the first round. And the winner of the first round was this team down here, which is Team Chef Turkey. Using video game terminology, there are 2 NPCs on this team. It is this sleeping guy here who doesn't actually belong to anybody. He was just a background character, and we roped him into this to have even teams of 4. And then this cowboy character here. So this team, and they were the sabotage team in the previous round. I gotta finish coloring this guy. But that said, there's 2 things that happen with each round of the competition in story, and that is that we eliminate a team and we reward a team. So there's also a winning team. I'm going to color this in really quickly while I wait for the chat to catch up. So we do have... I have been waiting, by the way, I have been waiting to color in this one last piece. I'm going to give him a little bit of a shine there. This one last piece of this character, of this page forever. Like for what feels like just absolutely forever. Because I just kept forgetting to come back to it, and it didn't get colored with the rest of the page initially, because I say we, as if I have anybody to share blame with, I lost the reference photo, and I had to ask Space Raptor Infinite when he came back for a future video to resend it. So I ended up having to wait until my reference came back in. You'll let me decide Ghost Anna's role. Okay, so I guess we'll think over some of our options, like where would be a good fit. I do feel like we need some, oh, so one thing this comic does not have so far, that this contest does not really have so far. Well, vaguely, they vaguely do. They kind of do. So we back up to here, this page. You see these guys here lining sort of the path. We have ourselves some sussy crab shoulders. I am tripping over my words today. Some sussy crab soldiers, and here's a better look when you look up here with one holding the clipboard. So to some extent, we do have like some muscle, so to speak, or some like reinforcements or a police force of some sort, like with the like, I don't know, cloned crab soldiers. But one thing that we could do for the new round, for adding and fleshing out the world a little bit more, is to create more of like a bodyguard character. And I think having a ghost type character would be interesting in that regard, like if they were just sort of like the royal guard or bodyguard, because it's a supernatural creature and that comes with the potential for supernatural powers. And in that regard, am I abusing that phrase? I might be using it too much. I think that she could be a little bit more intimidating than, say, another character, especially when some of our competitors are like of a huge scale. I mean, we've got like this dinosaur-like creature also competing. Yeah, that's perfect. See? And yeah, I think a ghost, a supernatural creature compared to all these other creatures, is so different and has like so much potential additional powers that we haven't explored. So I think, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think it's a good fit. You're streaming. I'm watching while driving homeward. Pilfer, no, don't watch your phone while driving. You can listen to it, but don't you dare look down at your phone, not when you're driving. Bad influence, bad. No, don't encourage bad driving practices. It is not fine, Pilfer, unless you're not the one driving. If you're like Ubering or something, only a freeway. Pilfer, stop. That is not okay. Oh no, I'm gonna have to. I don't even know. Like, just discouraged. Like, what is it? Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow. Dishonor on your car. Dishonor. You cannot be watching your phone while you're driving. I refuse. This is not acceptable. What was I doing before that distraction? Oh, we were adding Ghost Anna and we were adding Laurel Green to the comic. So, Laurel Green, what would you like for your character? I know we said, leave my gal Bessie out of this. It's hard to text and drive with Wendy. Pilfer, somebody stop him. I need mods so they can like shush you, like silence you or like put you in timeout so that you'll just drive. I don't think I'm there yet actually for mods, but this is making a good case for it. Yes, I will put you in timeout, Pilfer. No driving and watching streams. That's just, it's not cool. All right. I need my references. Hurtful, yes, must be hurtful. All right, so I don't know yet for Laurel. We'll figure that out. Recommendations abstracted are definitely encouraged. So let me know kind of what you're feeling for your character's role in this universe. But for right now, I think we have an opportunity here, especially since, thank you, Lehigh Movies. Hi, welcome to the stream. Good to see you back. I appreciate it, thank you. It's a very mixed look. And it was fun. I was nervous, but also kind of like just chill with whatever ended up happening. Like however it turned out was fine by me. I was just trying something new. And I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. So Ghost Anna is our like muscle. She is our royal bodyguard, and we did just eliminate bakery bandits for misconduct in the competition. Furthermore, I think I've said that too many times today. In a previous stream, and you can totally fact check me on this because I promise you it is in there. In a previous stream, we ran a poll. This music is so. Oh, of course, because it's Nevis again. Oh, I love this song, but we're gonna move on. Yes, in a previous stream, we had ran a poll, and in that poll, we had voted on what to do for the losing team, like whether we were just gonna have them sit the sidelines, or if they were gonna have to leave the kingdom or something. And especially considering the violation that had happened in round 1, the people in chat that day had decided that that was not strict enough considering the offense. And so they've decided that we are going to throw Team Bakery Bandits into the dungeon. I promise you I'm not making this up. It is in a poll that we had done in a previous stream. And so having some law enforcement type figure in the comic now to sort of like drag them off to the consequences of their actions, I think fits in so well, specifically on this page at this point of the story. Which means, what meal we hire? Oh, I had a very strange meal. What did you eat? We hire monkeys. Pilfer, you better not be driving. Yeah, what did you eat? What was strange about it? You can't just say you had a strange meal and then not elaborate. That's so... You just dropped us on a tangent. This frame is tiny. I think this is a great chance to get a look at Ghost Anna, and I want her to be making a very stern expression. And then in this panel, I think what we could do is have a shot of her, like she can be floating in the air, you know? And up here we'll have like the majority of her body with like a ghosty tail kind of floating this way. But I want her to be dragging the team members. Like we can have Schmingo down here, maybe being dragged to like have one hand on her hood and sort of dragging her off to the dungeon. And then we'll have, who else do we have in this team? We have Dr. Crow. We can have Dr. Crow also getting dragged off. And also Candy Lamity. So having the three of them and then the Muffin somehow restrained in this panel as they're being dragged off to the dungeon. That might be a really good way to bring in her character, but also resolve and make canon the results of the previous poll. I think I drawn this little placeholder a little too high because for her to be dragging them, they're going to be off the ground at that point. Agreed. Okay, great. That's great. Rice, gravy, vegan unicorn nuggets? Oh, nuggets. Okay. And hash browns. I don't know about the vegan unicorn nuggets, but all the rest of that sounds pretty standard and also delicious. So, why are you trying to make me hungry? Why are you trying to make me hungry right now? Why does this always happen? Always talking about food. I guess we're going to talk about food no matter what, because we're about to make like a lunch menu in the book. It can't be avoided. It was just bound to happen. All right, so yes, but first, we want this panel with the main like first look at Anna's character with a stern expression. Abstracted. I can't think of how Laurel can fit in, but I trust that you can find a way. All right. I appreciate your vote of confidence. Thank you. We will make it work. I promise. We will absolutely fit her into a suitable role and make sure she makes it into our universe here. We Hair Monkeys. I find it amusing how PerryPictures sent me, or is it Pilferpuff? Because it could be either or. It could be PerryPictures or it could be Pilferpuff. How PP tries not to stream at mealtime, but I just mess up my hours, so I eat them anyway. Yeah, I think you mean me. This always happens. And the reason we moved our stream to, well, it's not the reason, but one of the concerns about streaming on Saturday mornings was that we were always streaming hungry. It's like when you go shopping hungry, and it's like, no, eat first, then go shopping. Because if you go shopping hungry, you're gonna buy a bunch of things you don't need because you're hungry. And we just kept growing hungry, and everything was about food, and that's why we are where we are now with our comic contest. But you are correct. I cannot escape it because now we're streaming on Sunday later in the day. And we streamed not last Sunday, the previous Sunday, because I do bi-weekly. The bi-weekly Sunday at 6 p.m. my time, at 9 p.m. EST. And that was way too close to mealtime too, because I'd put off doing dinner until after that stream. So it's like an hour-long stream, very short stream. And yeah, it still didn't help because the meal was right after. So I bumped it up a few hours. Abstracted, I'm glad you changed it to Sundays because Saturdays are my days without electronics. I am so glad that you were able to make the streams now. I'm glad I moved it to Sundays too. That's really nice that we have you here now. We Hair Monkeys, I want to do a 12-hour fast, but I need to eat before midnight, then after 12. I don't know what time zone you're in, but if it's close to midnight now, it's time to go eat. Here is your notification. if it's getting that close to that time, your cutoff time, might be time to grab a snack. Oh my goodness, my throat's feeling a little bit raspy. Have to hydrate. Oh, have you seen, check this water bottle out. Isn't it gorgeous? This is drawn by Alexander Rubio, and it is of Joshua Tree National Park. And I went there kind of recently, and I was thinking about doing another travel sketchbook vlog and drawing something from there, but I haven't caught up with my current backlog of travel sketchbook vlogs. I've got 2 camping trips that I've already gone to and filmed, and I need to edit those before like getting too much further ahead in the book. But I do want to get back to those. I know that they're not everybody's favorite. I know that people prefer the digital to the traditional art, but it's still part of my growth as an artist, and it's something that I still need to do for myself. So I'm gonna continue doing it, but I also want to continue sharing the journey as well. So love it or hate it, it's still a part of what we're gonna be doing on my channel, but we will mix it up. There will be more digital, far more digital now than there was at the end of last year, because November, December, we kind of petered off a little bit on the digital, but we're bringing it back. When I put in my previous comments, oh, that's right, you did just say that you did just eat, so at least that's good. You're on task, you're on track. Let me bring my reference for Anna over to this screen so I can just be a little bit more, look straight ahead, and it's right here. Maybe not straight ahead, I'm gonna bring it a little off to the side. Not directly under the light, because I will go blind. Okay, that's a little better. Let me adjust my seat. Yeah, so, Ghost Anna. Let's see. And let's start with kind of like a light pencil mark. I know that's super hard to see. I'm sorry, we will darken it as we nail down the pose. Just gotta start a little bit light at first. I could once fast for 20 hours a day for months on end. I'm gonna be honest with you. Fasting is not a skill that I have. It's not, I do not have what it takes to fast. I am more of a grazer. I don't eat huge meals, at least not it's not my intention to eat huge meals unless I'm like eating with other people and then I eat whatever they eat because, you know, it's a social thing. But no, in general, I'm a grazer. I tend to eat kind of nonstop, but in like smaller portions. And fasting feels so bad to me, like so difficult to fast because I get hungry and then I'm like, I haven't had a snack in like so many hours and I'm not gonna have a meal. I don't know about that. It just makes me feel like I lack willpower because it's the hardest thing to do. You know, kudos to you for your iron stomach that you can wait the 20 hours, or it's your iron willpower. You can wait the 20 hours. Me in the desert scenario would not be a good situation, I think, because I just don't think that I have the fortitude. So let's get some shoulders in place and kind of like figure out this. I think, what did I use this song on? This was my Encanto video song. This is the one I picked when I drew my Encanto crossover with Arcane. I loved this song for that. Okay, so I feel like her arms should be crossed, right? Like stern look, sort of like the enforcer, you know? Maybe it should be an arms crossed look. I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking we should have a very arms crossed kind of deal going on here. But now I wonder, did I make them? Did I do it right? Feels like it didn't come. It's close, it's close. I'm just sort of ballparking the placement. Sorry I can't stay for longer. I have to go, but I'll definitely rewatch the stream later. Okay, awesome. Thank you for coming. I will get your character into the book, and I hope you enjoy it when you watch the playback later. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye, Abstracted! Good on you, we hire for fasting. That's difficult. Yes, I agree. That's what I was trying to say. It's so difficult. I don't know how you find the willpower, because it's just hard. It's just so hard. First 11 hours of fasting are hard. The hardest. You get to a point where the pain doesn't bother you so much. See, you just use the P word, pain, and that's why it does not sound right. It sounds like something I would not want to do, but I get that they're like, it's not for nothing. There's definitely some benefits from it. You do it with a goal in mind. So I understand it, just like with exercise. Exercise can be painful, but it's good for you. I feel like I haven't been properly hydrating pretty much my entire existence on YouTube so far, and now I'm just like drinking it like a cactus that hasn't had water or rain in like a month. Okay, so, and then I kind of we're gonna bring her down like this. And I'm gonna like, instead of putting hips the way you would normally put hips because she's a ghost, I'm gonna see if it would make sense to sort of pull like a Casper kind of thing, or like a Casper's uncle, and like sort of just like, you know, like trail it off a little. Like, I don't know if that's too short considering that we're still just seeing like the top part of her torso, but maybe that might work. Really hard to text on these curves at 80 miles an hour, Pelfer. No! Why would you even say that? Stop. Stop. It's not good to give people a bad, don't be a bad influence, Pilfer. Bad impressions, bad influence, bad, all bad. All bad. Don't do that. He's kidding. I assume you're kidding. I assume you're not really driving. The only sane answer for this. Alright. I think I got the pose down. I don't want, so I'm gonna move some of these like lines that I drew on the face because I want to bring the head forward a little bit. I want to tilt it because I want her to be giving that very serious kind of glare expression. In order to do that, you gotta not have the chin up, but like tuck down a little bit. Really, that's nothing. You need a motorcycle at 90 miles per hour. You guys are incorrigible while texting. We hire monkeys. That's a hard no. You guys need like, I cannot think of the slogan for texting, like the anti-texting and driving slogan, but if you know it, just think it for me in your heads. No texting and driving ever. It's so bad. That's how like how people get irrevocably injured. Like you can't take it back. There are things out there in the world that you cannot come back from. Things you cannot heal. And a lot of them are the result of careless driving. Alright, so this hair kind of, ooh, wouldn't it be fun to have it sort of floating? Yes, okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna bring it straight down. I'm gonna sort of like bring some strands of this up so that it's kind of like floating in the wind a little bit, or just, it doesn't even have to be windy because she's a ghost. It can just be floating. There we go. Like that. I like it already. I think it looks good. Let me see if I can bring that to you guys a little bit. Is that better? Does that look good? Can you guys see a little better kind of what I did there? Hopefully so. Let me scoot this up a little, just a tad forward, and maybe that'll be a little easier for viewing. Pilfer, I can send a video as proof, but that's probably more dangerous. No, Pilfer, do not. In fact, you can't, because chat does not support image or video comments. So no. An old one with no electronic nannies. What are we talking about? Are you talking about motorcycles? Immortal man can survive anything. Sure, she has no other abilities whatsoever, but she can't be killed. That sounds like an accurate statement for Ghostana, to be honest. So I'm just going to pretend that you were talking about Ghostana when you said that. She can dress all girly, but people still treat her like a man. Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that, but... Let's see, Ghost Anna is wearing a bow tie. So... You are talking about Ghost Anna, aren't you? And here, I just thought that was a coincidence. I thought it was just conveniently similar to the character I was drawing, but you were right. Yeah, you are... Okay, I see it now. I see you are talking about this. So we'll get her bow tie in here. And get, oh, my foot. I'm gonna put my foot to sleep if I keep sitting on it. And then this jacket, so fancy too, wearing like the jacket. Definitely gonna look like somebody you don't want to mess with. So let's get the lapels in there for Ghost Anna. And looks like the sleeves go all the way down. So we'll go ahead and tap those there. And then there is, I bring the jacket all the way down here. is like a little bit of fringe at the bottom. So it looks like she's wearing like a blazer with a skirt. Is that right? Am I right? Is the fringe like just a long t-shirt that has fringe on the bottom, like frills? What am I trying to say? Like pleated, yeah, like frills, or is that it's a skirt? Okay, cool. All right, it's a skirt. So I think we do need to adjust this slightly. Because the pose might be a little, the tail is just coming out of here a little too early. Actually, we might be okay. I just need to make sure the skirt reads, you know, like that we can tell she is in fact wearing this skirt. I think just like that. Erase that line there, and we should be crystal clear. And the colors will help too, for sure. I think coloring this in will make the design that much easier to kind of like separate. There we go. Oh, expression, of course. She's not, we can't even see her face yet. So we need a very stern expression. I like to go to Pinterest, which I'm doing right now. And I like to go to my Pinterest board and look at facial expressions because I have a board filled with them. And at the end of the stream, in case you guys are interested in checking out my art reference Pinterest board, I will put a link in the description of the stream after the stream is over, so you can come to my Pinterest board and take a look if you are interested in that. Basically, what I'm looking at, excuse me, my voice is feeling so croaky. What I'm looking at right now is this. So this is my Pinterest board that I was talking to you about. It's how to art, and it's separated into different sections. We have character design, facial expression, poses, hands, feet, props, hats and hair, clothing, wings and horns, animals, chibis, family dynamic, which basically is just variable age groups instead of the standard ambiguous 20-something, which I think is what we see the vast majority of the time when we are looking at drawing references, is you're seeing that general 20-somethings, you know, look, that very ambiguous, youthful look. But here we have babies, here we have old ladies and older gentlemen. We have small children and other kind of references. Like, I love this. This is so cute. So if you are interested in my Pinterest board, like I said, I'll put the link down below in the description after the stream is concluded. But this has a lot of, basically my whole collection of references. And one we're looking for right now is facial expressions, because I want a really, really, really stern expression for this enforcer that we are drawing right now. And so let me find us one, but also let me move us on to the next song so that will start playing. Do we have a very stern expression that we can reference? Sometimes these are really great too, just the little round things with facial expressions on them. I'm not seeing a super, super stern one here though. I mean, this one's kind of funny. This might be good. Like this, the eyes that are kind of squinting a little bit, and then just the angry. Yeah, actually, I do think I want to reference this. I like the one that my mouse is on right here. So I think we're gonna look at that while we try to draw this expression on this character. So let's pull this back up, and even it might be better too if I go a little bit wider, so you guys can see this a little bit clearer. All right, so the reference. I will say that with the reference pulled up, it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to read the chat, so I'm gonna have to, I may be a little slow to respond to your messages, but I will see them and I will respond to them. It just might take me a minute. I dual wield 1080p monitors with a 4K graphics tablet. Yeah, it's nice to have multiple devices or screens. It definitely makes your workflow a little bit easier. Pinterest, so useful. Yes, I cannot express how much I love Pinterest and how valuable it has been to my workflow. So I like how for this reference photo, you start with like the full circle eye. Speaking of the lines, let's get rid of all these lines that are kind of in the way. They start like with the full circle, but then they sort of crop in a little bit like this on the bottom lid and the top lid to kind of let you know that the character is like squinting. And you just drop those pupils in there to really give like a pointed look, a very direct, very pointed look. And to really sell it, you bring the brows in real hard. And now, with that said, we just need this super disapproving face like this. Oh, I love it. It's so funny to me. You just bring like the jowls down a little bit too. Oh, it's hilarious. I love it. Super expressive. This is why Pinterest rocks. Because I would not have come up with this on my own for sure. So let's put a little bit, since we should be seeing her ear with the hair floating up like that, I'm just gonna drop some little earlobes on here. She needs a nose. Put a little bit of a nose there. Is that, her nose is a little bit more pointed in the reference. So I'm gonna just erase that for a quick second and come back in with a little bit more of like a wedge-shaped nose. And then we can resume our music because our music seemed to want to quit on me. So, folks, does that look like an angry Ghostana to you? Amazing, yay, thank you. Yes, and I kind of want to like just go in now. I know we haven't drawn the rest of the page yet, but I do kind of want to just get started on the inking for this, just because the pose is so like, it's not, it's pretty exact. It's not like, you've seen some, I can sometimes start with a stick figure and then just go in and do line art on top of it because I just see it in my head. But here you have such exact line art in pencil that I feel like I can really come in here already and just start inking it. And I think too, that should show up better on the screen as well. She needs that old angry circle thing used in anime. Yeah. The, oh man, it looks like, it's like 3 boomerangs touching each other. Like, hang on. I think I got it. Yeah, like that. There we have it, the 3 boomerangs. Let's see, bring the face down to meet that. And now we really get to go in bold with confidence with this line art, especially with this hair that's just floating about. Because it's floating hair, even if I like if I like waver at all or make any kind of mistakes, is it really a mistake? Or is it just loose hair, right? Like, there's a little bit of flexibility there when it comes to lining this part of the drawing. Here we go. Nice. It's coming along so good. And yeah, I do like the little anime thing above the head. I think it's funny. And we all kind of know it's pretty universal at this point. We kind of know what it stands for. It's so cool to see how much you've improved over this comic. Thank you so much. Yeah, I honestly, for those of you that were at the first one, you would know, like, I hadn't drawn with my, like, on paper, you know, without digital in about 10 years. Like, it had been 10 years since I'd drawn on traditional medium of, like, any kind. So it was very, very rickety for me, very rusty, very unsure. My first Lily Bee looks like, I mean, my first Lily Bee was not my proudest drawing. She was looking kind of rough there, folks. She looked like this. She looked really rough. And, but I started getting more comfortable, you know, as we moved across, and then we got, like, to here, Candy and Crumbleton and so on, and you're right, the more comfortable I got, sort of the better it got over time. Started finding my footing, I would say. And Lily Bee has since transformed. I mean, I like this one for crawling up on the table. I think that looks vastly better. And then, oh, and this cute face here. I mean, look at that face. And I mean, so really, from that first drawing, where the proportions were all wonky, to this one, her licking the spoon, I feel like I agree with you, Pilfer. Long story short, I agree with you, Pilfer. It started out rough, but that's the way it goes when you're trying to improve at anything. You gotta let yourself be bad at it first, and leave room for improvement, and just keep going until you get better. I agree. Ghost Anna is turning out great. By the way, I should have mentioned that Ghost Anna's full name is Anna Isabel Gastrosoft. Gast? Like ghastly? Ah, that's so good. I love puns. It's a punny name. Gastrosoft. That's so nice. I like it. It sounds good, and it fits her. It fits her so well. So let's go ahead and bring in this jacket. And the sleeve here. I'm going to start with the sleeve. And then add the other sleeve before I add the hands on top. So this hand will come up and over like this. Oh, wait a minute. I definitely did something wrong here. One hand should cross over the other, and it should be this one. So I'll get a whiteout pen, and I'll get rid of that tiny little triangle there. Oh, you probably can't see it. So if you look at the hands, her left hand, which is our right side, should be going over. It should overlap that right arm, which is to our left. And I accidentally drew that line for the right arm all the way through. So actually, you know what? She's a ghost. You would be able to see her jacket sleeve through her hand anyway. That's not a mistake. That's a feature, right? Like, can I claim that? Can I play it off that way? Will you guys allow me to get away with that? Here we go. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. You were so kind. Embrace it. Let's embrace it. And then let's bring that up to there. And then of course, a line down the center. Off to both sides for the jacket and the skirt. Make it less visible but still there. Yeah, I can do that. I have some whiteout gel pens I've been using, but I also just ordered some white Posca pens maybe about an hour ago from Amazon, which will show up on Thursday. So I'll be able to come back in here and touch it up nice and clean and like it never happened. It'll be perfect. And then again with the ears, we just kind of want to show that bottom lobe. since the hair is doing the floaty ghosty thing. And the rest of the hair here. So I'm gonna reach across a little bit. Try to bring this up to meet the other side. There we go. It's a little uneven. I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna fix it. Good thing about variable line weight is you can thicken it up in places and make it look a little bit smoother when it wasn't before. And of course, again, we have the Poscas to clean up any mistakes later. Made it home safely. Pilfer, I wouldn't call that safe, but I'm glad that you made it home. Nothing safe about that. Okay. Oh right, her tail. Her tail's kind of like the fun part. Make sure we get this ghost tail in here. There we go. And bring that all the way down to the bottom of the panel. And these. Can't forget these. Okay, so do I have a fine liner? Because I would much rather, for the facial features, because it is so tiny, I'd much rather do that with a fine liner if I have it. I think where did I put it? I had them like packed for traveling with and sketching with, and now I'm not sure where my other fine liners are. I have, let's see, this 0.5 might do it. I have a 0.5 Artist Loft, kind of like micron pen. Oh no! In my first stream, for those who may not have been there, I spilled a coffee all over. Yeah, kind of, right? I spilled a coffee all over my desk, keyboard. Luckily, it didn't actually ruin the book because it was this book that we were drawing in that time. But it was kind of a crazy experience. It did make me a little nervous, especially since it was my first. But I think I kind of learned that it's okay to have imperfect streams. Because we're all just doing this real time. And honestly, I consider that an improvement because now you guys can see the book so much closer. Probably better. Van broke in. He wants pancakes. PD, can I borrow the phone and bike now? No, you may not, We Hire Monkeys. I'm gonna answer that for you. The answer is no. No, you may not. Because that is just tragedy in the making. Let's go ahead and get these facial features now. And bonus, the camera is so much closer. I'm just gonna tap on it to see if we can focus it better. I hope so. I hope that's a little bit less fuzzy. Ultimately better. Yeah, I like it much better already with a book this much closer to the camera. I do think I need to draw like the whole eye circle though still, even though we're doing this like these squinty parts. Because I think the expression doesn't work if you don't draw the whole circle. I think the whole circle is part of it. Okay. There we go. Now I just gotta give it a couple seconds to dry before we bring out the eraser and see how wibbity wobbity my line art is once we get rid of the pencil marks. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully the lines are quite crisp, not wobbly. And if they are, there's always room to go back over them, give them a little bit more thickness, and hopefully smooth them out. All right, so I'm gonna come back in here. Hi, I'm back. And I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Canvas. And we're gonna slide that down slightly, and then we're gonna stretch it out slightly to fill this space. And then I'm gonna drag a few other layers around. Oh goodness, and this still needs to go here. There we go. I think I got all the layers fixed. Okay, cool. He wants pancreas? Do I even want to know? Are you trying to make yourself hungry? I thought you were fasting. Bringing up food? What are you thinking? Oh. I wanted to get the egg. The infamous egg for color. But we're not there yet. We're definitely not at color yet. We've only drawn one panel. I do want the eraser. So we can check out how Anna looks with the pencil mark erased. So, oh, am I over time? Is it 4:23? I wanted to just do an hour today. Well, I'll tell you what, we will go ahead and finish this. We're gonna go ahead and erase the pencil marks and take a look at how Ghost Anna's debut looks in full inks. And then we will wrap up the stream. It's a game reference, okay, I see. So next time when we come back, we will make sure to add our other new character. And yeah, you're excited too, I'm so glad. I'm glad that you like the way she looks on the book already. It's certainly been an evolution, figuring out really even what I'm doing with these streams, because I had an idea. I had never streamed before, and I just went with it. I was like, bought this book from Barnes & Noble, and I was like, I think it would be great to just collaborate. And it seems to be so difficult for people to get collaborations started because everybody, especially artists, we're a shy bunch. Everybody's so shy and they don't want to impose and they don't want to ask the question and they don't want to bother anybody. And so it becomes kind of a scary thing to start a collaboration because you're not sure how other people are going to feel about it. So this was just a really easy way to, yeah, see, Pilfer's like, so true. It's so scary. Yeah. So this is the way I thought would be the easiest to do a collaboration, is to just put it out there, start streaming, and welcome everybody's ideas. That way we're all contributing. We all have, you know, something to be proud of that we put in the book. And that was how we started, and that's where we are today. And look at Anna. She looks so fierce. I would not want somebody giving me that face if I were them. They definitely are in for a rude awakening for sure when she drags them off to the dungeon. As part of the comic, I mean. Honestly, I don't think we'd be such good friends if you didn't agree to draw Lily. That's when I felt I could see. Oh, Pilfer, thank you. Yeah, I love drawing your guys' characters. I don't know if I've said it before on my channel, but I've definitely said it in the Discord, but I love drawing for other people way more than I love drawing for myself. Like, my own characters get so neglected because I never draw them. I never draw my own OCs. I have so much more fun, and I get so much more excited drawing other people's characters. Pilfer, me too. Yeah, see, you get it. You know the feeling. It's just so, it pumps you up. You feel so much better when you are creating something that you hope will make somebody else happy. Their happiness becomes your happiness. It's a whole thing. But yes, Crazy Crafter Prime, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I am so glad that you added a character to the book today, and I look forward to seeing how she plays a part in our universe and in our comic as we continue building our lore. And this has been a really great stream, you guys. And for the other character, I don't want to end the stream without first mentioning Laurel Green from our dear friend Abstracted. And we will, Abstracted, if you're watching this, we will add her to the comic in the next stream. And I haven't scheduled the next stream yet, but it will be in March, somewhere early March, close to the very beginning of March. So if you're unsure, the date will be posted to my community tab. And this goes for everybody. The new schedule for March streams, for March videos, for all of it, is gonna get posted on my community tab on my channel on March 1st. So I always release the new schedule for the month on the 1st of each month. It'll be there, so you'll know when to come back, and we will finish this page in the next stream. So thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing, and I really had fun. And I'm really, 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 really glad that you chose to join us today. I look forward to it too. Yes, thank you. Pilfer, no, not a 24-hour live stream. I can't handle that. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But I'll work on my stamina, my streaming stamina. One day, maybe. Yes. Okay, thank you guys, and I will see you next time, all right? Bye.